Hi Scorpio, welcome to your month ahead taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. Thank you so much. With that said, if you would like to get the monthly newsletter, so just as I do a weekly general overview, I also do a monthly general overview, but you will only get that if you are on my mailing list, and you can get the web link on that for that in the description box below. For those of you that have asked and would like to donate to the channel, you can do so on the PayPal link below. So before we start, I would like to bless all of my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So let's see what the month of July 2019 has in store for you, Scorpio. What is going on? What are your actions and your interactions with the world at large saying for this month ahead? And this month you get, all right, Four of Cups, right? So the Four of Cups it talks about options. It talks about having more options available to you than you might necessarily be able to intuit or to notice or see at this moment in time. The fact that this is in your actions and your interactions with the world at large, it says that you are seeking more options this month. This is a month where you're going to start to get yourself out there. It's a month where you're going to start to look for opportunities. And this doesn't necessarily mean that you're putting them into practice. It just means that this month you are cultivating the type of options that you would like in your life. So you're networking for sure, but you are looking, it's almost like you're being speculative. So you're looking around and saying, right, what is going to benefit me? What is going to bring me the things that I want to have in my life? And ultimately, how do I bring more variety or more options into my life? So you're going to be a busy bee this month, my dear Scorpios. It looks like you're going out there. You're making this happen for yourself. So it's almost like you're not waiting for things to come and sort of fall in your lap. You're actually going out, because your actions and your interactions is what you do, right? So this is about you getting out there and making opportunities for yourself, which is really interesting and also very exciting as well. You know, while everybody else is kind of hiding from the Mercury retrograde, I guess you're going to be out there sort of utilizing that energy to your, you know, to your best advantage, which is a good thing. It really is. So let's have a look at your money and materials this month. You got the Lovers card. So it looks like you've got a decision to make when it comes to your finances this month. And because it falls next to the Four of Cups, it may very well be that there is an opportunity to get ahead for finances, but it may very well require an investment, an initial investment from you. So it could be that somebody, and it's not like a get rich quick scheme, and you know, if you can put it off until, you know, after the retrograde, please do so. If you absolutely can't and you feel like it's totally right and you've checked and double checked it, then go ahead, right? You know, life doesn't stop because of the Mercury retrograde. It just means that we have to be more diligent. But the Lovers card sees us making a choice, right? So, and your money and materials, because it's next to this Four of Cups, that really for me does kind of say that there is an opportunity to be more abundant. There's an opportunity to make more money this month, but it's going to require you to put down some kind of, I don't know whether it's a deposit, it could be an initial investment. It could be that somebody says to you, look, over the long term of 5 years, I could, I could make you this kind of money, but I'm going to require this kind of input from the start, right? So it's something that it's going to be an investment. It won't be something that gives quick dividends. It will be something that takes its time. The Lovers card represents Gemini, so it also reminds you to check the facts and figures, but it does look like you're making a big decision when it comes to finances this month. So just be diligent and vigilant when it comes to your finances and anything that you might be signing off or into. All right. So let's have a look, see. On a physical health note as well, this is a month to look after your cardio. just with the cards that are there as well, and something that's coming in through with the physical health. So if you're not the sort of person that does cardio, this is a month to get that under your belt. If you are not really in the habit of doing any exercise, start looking at ways to increase your cardiovascular exercise, providing obviously, you know, it's safe for you to do. I'm not a doctor or anything like that, so I can't give you medical advice. I can just give you the energy that's coming up, and it looks like your cardio system needs to be worked on this month, right? And from here on in. So your communications with the world at large, you've got the Page of Wands, right? You know what you want to say this month, right? You are totally aware and sure in your message, in your power, your communications with the world at large, what you speak, how you say it, how you communicate. The Page of Wands is books, blogs, you know, wider world communication, but it also sees you really figuring out what your message is, what it is that you've got to say. The fact that it falls next to that Lovers card as well, you know, which was ruled by Gemini, really suggests that you have a passion for getting your message out there this month. You know what you want to say, you know where you're coming from, you know what you're about. You've got this, it's almost like there's this sense of, I know how the experience of my life has shaped me now, and I know what that's going to be good for and how it helps other people. There's lots of banter this this month, lots of interactions where there's lots of laughter, lots of humor, you know, maybe even you tapping into the spirit of childhood, because the Page of Wands isn't just about, you know, creative endeavors. Sometimes it can be about having a sense of humor and enjoying that, right? And because it falls next to the lovers, love, you know, connections with people, there's a lot of banter this month. You know, it's lots of back and forth going forward, which is really nice. You know, it's good. Scorpio does banter really well, as you guys know, because you are Scorpios. All right, so you've got a jumper. And your heart and half sector, you've got the Three of Pentacles. For those of you that are single, it looks like you could be meeting somebody in the course of your studies, in the course of your working course. You know, it could be that, you know, for some of you as well, for a select few, if there's a trip to a library or a learning institution planned, go ahead. If you get an invite to anything like that this month, go ahead, because the chances are you could run into somebody that winds up being really, really good for you, you know, in many ways, shapes or form. It is a Mercury retrograde, and like I said, you don't stop your life for it, but just be sure, you know, keep it light-hearted and fun and free. Don't lock yourself into anything just yet. But yeah, if you're single and there's a trip to a college, a university, a school, it doesn't necessarily have to be you going there to study. You could be going there for any reason. Go along, because the chances are you're going to run into somebody this month, and you know, that person could be really good for you. If you are part of a couple, if you are coupled already, or there's somebody on the scene for you, the Three of Pentacles suggests that this month you're really listening to each other, right? And the fact that you've got the Page of Wands there, it's not all like just serious, dark and heavy. It's actually light and fun and humorous. And as much as you're learning about that person, they're learning about you. It's almost like there's a deepening of your bond, because you're kind of seeing each other in a new light. It's almost like you're seeing each other in the same, you know, it's the same person, but you're seeing that person in a new light. You're seeing, you know, there's the banter is coming back, the fun is coming back, but also it's like, okay, yeah, you know what? I thought I'd learn everything about you, my partner, but actually it turns out that I haven't, which is really, really nice. So your first week of the month, you get the Sun card. I mean, the Sun card has seemed to have been smiling on you guys for quite some time now. The Four of Cups and the Sun card together suggest that this first week of the month you will be hunting down golden opportunities, and you will come across some. Like I said, they may not necessarily shape up into anything permanent over the course of this month, but they will definitely be, it's like planting a seed of something that can really flourish and grow. First week, I mean, you're blessed with the Sun card here, because it adds light and strength and power to the whole month. So that's really beautiful. Your second week of the month, you have the Moon card, right? So when you get the Sun and the Moon together like this, you get growth, you get abundance, you get the masculine and feminine energies aligned and divined, which is really, really interesting, because we've got an eclipse this month, right? So pay attention to what's happening around that. I mean, it's straight out of the gate, so you'll be feeling the effects of the eclipse in the first and the second week, right? But it doesn't just limit there. It unpacks itself over like the course of 3 to 6 months. But pay attention to that first and second week of the month to see what's going on there. Now, the moon card with the lovers card, especially for your finances, so especially for those of you that have issues around the respiratory system or the circulatory system, go and get yourself checked out. I don't see anything major here coming up, but it's always better to be safe than sorry. For those of you that have a weaker chest, if you've got asthma or anything like that, go and find ways that you can start really working on that through cardiovascular exercise. It's going to be really important. And then finally, in your money sector itself, like in your finances, the moon card with the lovers card does suggest that an old opportunity could be coming back, or you could be learning something about a current investment that enhances what you're able to get out of it, or maybe what you're able to cash out early, which is always nice. All right, so your third week of the month, you've got the High Priestess right underneath the Page of Wands, right? So through this process of speaking up and talking about things, you may very well this month discover new aspects of yourself, right? And that's not an easy, I don't say that easily or lightly to a Scorpio, because you guys tend to know yourselves and your own depths quite well, but it looks like there's something bubbling up from the surface, or from up to the surface from the subconscious this month, because you've got the moon card there, right? So that's the deep, the subconscious, and then you've got the High Priestess. That's the hidden things revealed. Because it falls with this Page of Wands, you could be speaking, you could be having conversations that really help transform and change things, especially energy or emotional energy that has been stagnant up until now. So really interesting, really interesting. And then the fourth week of the month, finally you have the Justice card, right? So this Justice card really does suggest that you, again, you know, there's a big decision that you're making this month in some way, shape or form. Now, when it comes to partners, partnerships, you know, if you're single, this really does suggest that you are embarking on a journey of discovery with a new person. For those of you that are partnered, this is about you making a commitment to your partner in some way, shape or form. So for some of you, this could be deciding that you actually do want to get married after a long period. So for those of you that have been together for a long time but never talked about marriage or anything like that, this could be the process. This month could really see you changing your mind about that and saying, actually, you know what, I think I might be ready to go for that now, which is nice, right? It's really exciting. And then finally, you have your key to the month. And this month you get the Wheel of Fortune. Lots of luck, lots of abundance, lots of synchronicities. This is going to be, so by you doing the proactive thing and seeking out different opportunities, this month you are going to make them, you know, it's almost like you're going to land the opportunities that you know are going to further you and grow you, right? And you, your business, your job, your career, especially your relationships, or, you know, welcoming in a relationship, meeting somebody spontaneously, all of that sort of stuff shapes up for you this month. And it's because you're proactive about being out there in the world, right? So it's almost like you're happy just to set things up. You know that there's not necessarily going to be any massive reward from it at this moment in time, or even throughout this month, but you know that you're sowing seeds or laying the foundations for good and big things to come in the future. I really love this month for you. It's easy, it's fun, it's humorous. It will have moments that are not necessarily shocking, but I think they'll be surprising about what they uncover within you. What you start to understand about yourself will be like, oh, okay, yeah, all right, there's a new aspect of myself that I hadn't quite discovered. You never know, you might be into... Don't even go there, Raph. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic and possibly even naughty or steamy month for all of you, partnered or single. Take care, and I will see you very soon for more videos.